Hey guys, it's Leanne. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to go over the Sephora fall sale for 2023. I have a list of all of my recommendations for you guys, and I'm going to go over all the details that you need to know to get yourself a good deal. However, there is a little twist to this, okay? I've went through Sephora's app and I've gathered all the information about the products that I love, but I've also found some better deals on QVC. I want to share that with you guys. I'm always looking for a good deal and I'm here to help you. So first thing I need to do is to tell you that I have 2 dogs and a cat. They're all joining me. Just wanted to throw that out there. If you hear something in the background, that's what it is. Let's get into the Sephora sale. Let's start with the Rouge, because if you are a Rouge member, that means you have spent $1,000 this year, and they are going to reward you with a 20% off discount during this sale. If you are VIB, that means you've spent $350 this year, and you're going to get 15% off. It's free to be an insider. You do not have to have a minimum spend. 10% off. The Sephora collection is going to be 30% off, and that's going to run the entire time, October 27th to November 6th. So basically, if you're Rouge, you're going to get to start the sale a little early on the 27th, and then the insiders and VIB will be able to shop on October 31st through November 6th. So now that I've explained the categories, how the sale works, let me give you some recommendations for the holiday sets that they have released. I've went through, picked out a few that I think are worth it, and some of these I've already grabbed myself. All right. And I also want to say, disclaimer, anything that I recommend in this video, I have tried personally. I'm not just going to go through and say, oh, you should try this or you should try this. I've tried all these things personally. I feel very passionately about them, and that's why I'm making this video. With that said, let's jump right in. The Fenty Hella Thick Full-Size Mascara Duo set, you're going to get 2 full-size mascaras for $26. They're regularly $19 a piece, so you are saving $12 by buying this set. It is the mascara I'm wearing today. It is by far my new favorite mascara, and I highly suggest you try that one out, especially for such a good deal. What I love about those duos is you can keep one, give one away, or just get one and have a backup because you're going to love it that much. So just saying. Moving on, the Rare Beauty Mini Soft Pinch Liquid Blush in the shape Hope. All right, so they brought out this miniature size, which I think is genius because you only need 1 dot of that blush on each cheek and you're good to go. So it will take you a very long time to go through a full size. The miniature is $14, and they only came out with the 1 shade, Hope, but that 1 shade is very universal in my opinion, so I think that was very smart. If you are curious to try that, I feel like now is the time. Get that mini, see what you think, and see how long it lasts. I bet it'll last a while. Next up, the Sephora Favorites Perfume Sampler. All right, guys, this is an $85 sampler, but hear me out. You get all of these perfumes in a little sample size. I would say they last 2 to 4 uses. For me, I usually spray 1 on my neck, 1 on the back of my neck, and then 1 on my wrist and go like this. So for me, one of those little tubes lasts about 4 uses. You're going to get to pick out of those samples which one is your favorite, return the voucher to Sephora, and get a full size. Out of all of those that you can choose from, the most expensive would be that Tom Ford. I think it's about $155 perfume. I've never smelled that one, so I can't speak about that, but there are several of my favorite perfumes in that set, including the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. There's so much to choose from, and I think it's a very good value. Okay, moving on, the Makeup Forever Mini Artist Color Pencils. It's for the lip and eye. It is a set of 5 miniatures for $35. I think this is an amazing deal because the 2 lip liner shades, there's Enzo, are Wherever Walnut and Anywhere Caffeine. Those are my 2 favorite. And that also includes the Limitless Brown shade, which is sold out in full size. So if you have been looking to try those, now is the perfect time. I am very tempted to pick this one up. The next is the Shiseido Holiday Lash Curler. It's $24. You guys, it's my favorite lash curler. And it's very cute this holiday season. It's gold. So if you have ever watched one of my videos and you have seen what that lash curler does, look at my eyelashes right now. It looks like I'm wearing falsies. If you've ever been curious to try it out, now's the time because you can get it for 10, 15, or 20% off. And it's only $24 for a cute gold lash curler. I'm going to try to speed through this, you guys. There's a lot to go over. The next thing is the Natasha Denona Mini Baby Bronze Palette for $19. This just came out, and I'm telling you guys, if I didn't have such a huge collection, I would be jumping on this because her formula is phenomenal. That little palette right there is one and done. Like, you don't need anything else, and you can create beautiful looks like this. It's perfect for travel. Really highly recommend that. The next thing is the Laneige Midnight Minis set. It's $20. You get 5 of their lip masks, and they're in a really small size, but it's enough to try it and see if it's something you do want to invest in for a full size. And they've got some really cool flavors. I gave the mint chocolate one to my daughter. She loves it. It comes with a little spatula. It's a really good gift idea, especially for the young ones. Moving on, the Sephora Favorites Mini Holiday Lash Stash To Go Mascara Set. It's a $28 set, but again, you get all of these mini mascaras, and you get to pick which one you like and take a voucher to Sephora and pick out the full size. So it says a value of $52. Basically, they do put a value on those little minis, but those do last a long time, and I love using the minis on my lower lash line. So I think that's a really good deal. And then lastly, for the sets, the ABH Lip Luster Tinted Lip Gloss Set. The shades that you get are Guava and Deep Taupe. It's $23. One of her lip glosses is $20. So you're getting a second one for $3. That's an amazing deal. The shades are beautiful. I already have this. I bought it the first day I saw it on there. And I actually like mixing the two shades. I think it's beautiful. Her lip gloss formula is like the perfect mixture, okay? It's not too sticky, but it's not too runny to where it's going to run all over the place. It's just perfection, in my opinion. One of the best lip gloss formulas out there. That is all for the holiday sets. There are a couple other ones as we go on, but they make more sense to talk about them in each respective category. So let's move on. For foundation, I only picked one foundation to recommend for this sale because a lot of my favorite foundations, I would prefer to get them during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty when they're 50% off, like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, or I don't know, or drugstore options. I just don't feel like you should splurge on the most expensive foundations because you can get equivalent with Catrice, with the Revlon. I mean, there's just so many options these days. So for me, when I think of something that is special to Sephora, I think of the One Size Turn Up the Base Versatile Powder Foundation. You have 33 different colors available, and it's $38. But one of those powders will last you such a long time if you use it the way that I use it. I use the shade Light 2N, and that is what I use as like a finishing powder. So I'll just take a powder brush and swirl just a little bit all over my face after I'm done with all of my makeup, and it just kind of blends everything together, adds a smidge more coverage, just a smidge. It's just a really, really good powder foundation. I've never tried it on its own, but I'm sure it would be really good to use with a powder puff. So concealers. I do have quite a few concealers to share with you guys. Concealers is one of my favorite categories because I do have aging under eyes, so I'm always looking for something that is better. I'm always looking for that next best concealer. Today, I am wearing the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Hydrating and Depuffing Concealer with Fermented Arnica. Why it has that long of a name, I don't know. There are 31 shades, and it's $32. I am wearing the shade 21N. It is perfection. I'm using it very lightly today with the Uoma Beauty Trip and Smooth Powder to set it. And it's just, it's so good, you guys. My under eyes don't ever look this good with any other concealer. So this one is my top recommendation for you all to try. The next one is the Tower 28 Swipe All Over Hydrating Serum Concealer. There are 20 shades available, and it is $22. I wear the shade 6IE, I believe is what it's called. And this one is very good as well. It's very thin. It does crease a little bit on me. There are no concealers that are completely crease proof if you have creases under your eyes. So anything that says crease proof, don't believe that. Just be real. Come on. If you have texture or if you have little fine lines under here or crow's feet when you smile, those are still going to be there regardless. But there are some concealers that will help smooth and blur the appearance of the lines, okay? I think for me personally, the Haus Labs is one of the best that I've found for that. The Tower 28 is really good as well. My animals are making it very difficult to film right now. I do apologize. The Natasha Denona High Glam Brightening and Hydrating Crease Proof Serum Concealer. It's $30 and there are 50 shades available. Now see how they put that crease proof in the name? I do not agree with that. It's a really good concealer and it's one of my new favorites that's come out recently, but I don't believe in that. So just saying. But I wanted to mention a couple other older favorites that I still would highly recommend to you guys. The Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Long Wear Concealer. There are 35 shades and it is $35. However, the bottle is massive. So out of all of these, it's the biggest value. They do offer one mini size on Sephora. It's the shade Natural Beige, which is like a light medium neutral shade for $16. However, that's the only one they offer in the mini size. I feel like that's a very universal shade. I feel like anybody in the light to medium category could pull it off, but I just don't know why they only have one option as a mini. The NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, there are 30 shades and it is $32. This little pot concealer is the most highly pigmented concealer that you can find. It is something that you would want to use for spot concealing if you have any acne or acne scars to cover. That is what I would suggest you use it for. You only need the tiniest amount. And I've watched Michaela on TikTok use it for years now. And what she does is she'll let it sit there on her skin on top of the acne and let it dry and then put foundation on top. And it works. So that's something I would highly recommend if you are looking to cover any imperfections on your skin. And the last concealer that I want to mention is the Bobbi Brown Skin Full Cover Concealer. There are 23 shades available and it is $33. This one I do prefer to use a sponge to blend out. It is a little bit more heavy and it does maybe blend out to a more like soft matte finish. So a sponge kind of helps smooth it out. With a brush, I do find it's a little drying. So just keep that in mind, but I am recommending it because it's really, really good. Let's move on to primers. Now, this first one I'm going to recommend because I tried a sample from Sephora and it got me absolutely hooked. The Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Primer. It is $90. Wow. Even with that 20% off, I'm going to have a hard time ever purchasing that. I feel like once I go through my primers and I'm down to like half of what I have now, then it might make a little bit more sense. But even then, I don't know if I could bite the bullet. But I'm telling you guys, it is the best primer that I've ever put on my skin. It was the perfect balance of blurring, mattifying, but yet still hydrating enough to where it didn't like clog my pores or make my skin overly oily, because when you put too much of a mattifying base on, if you have oily combo skin, all that's going to do is make your oils come out faster. Your pores are going to be trying to breathe. So it's basically counteracting what you're trying to accomplish with the primer. The next best, in my opinion, is the Caliray So Blown Blurring and Hydrating Collagen Peptide Primer with niacinamide. You can get a mini size, which is 10 ml for $15, or the full size is 30 ml for $36. I purchased the mini first to try it out. Fell in love. Absolutely fell in love. So I just purchased the full size. I am wearing it today. It does a wonderful job of blurring your pores and your texture, but also keeping your skin balanced and hydrated. The best primer that I have bought personally. The Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. It's $39 for just a ½ ounce of product. It's kind of pricey. Or you can get a mini, which is $19 for 0.25 ounces. All right. I do not own this one now. I used mine up and I haven't repurchased it because, in my opinion, the L'Oreal Studio Secrets Magic Perfecting Base that you can buy from the drugstore is basically the same thing. But I feel like the L'Oreal is just a little bit better because it's more hydrating. It's not as putty-like. The Tarte is very sticky. I like it. It does what it's supposed to do. If you want to blur or fill in pores, that will do it. But I feel like I would suggest the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base because it is cheaper and it's just a little bit more hydrating. I feel like it does a better job. But either way, if you're looking for something like that, it's very good. Tati raves about it and she's not lying. It is good. Next one is the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. They have 3 options because it's really, really good. And I bet it's a top seller. You can get 10 ml for $24. You can get 30 ml for $58. Or they have a value size, which is 55 ml for $75. This one is very similar to the Tom Ford, in my opinion. They're almost identical. The Tom Ford, again, is just a little bit better at balancing my skin. And then lastly, the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. You all know by now, if you've watched any of my videos, I don't really use this as a primer. I use it as my moisturizer, but technically it is a priming moisturizer. There are several options. You can get the 15 ml for $25. You can get the 50 ml for $67. Or you can get 100 ml for $100. But right now, because of the holiday sets that just came out, they do have the 250 mls for $95. If you buy 2 of the 50 mls at regular price for $67, then you are going to be spending, what, $134? But if you just go for the 100 mls, it's $100. So it just depends on what you want to do. The reason I think the holiday set's a smarter idea is because that 100 ml jar, it's going to be hard to go through that before it goes bad. The 50 ml jars, one of them lasts me, and I use it just about every day, probably about 3 to 4 months, and they don't go bad. But if I got the 100 ml jar, I'm afraid it might go bad. That's just something to think about. If you're curious to try it, I do suggest waiting a little bit because even those holiday sets, the 2 for $95, they'll go on sale. I found those holiday sets 2 for $67 before, which is the price of 1. So just keep your eye out on those sales at the end of the holiday season. Moving into setting sprays. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is just a very good setting spray, you guys. It is $38 for the 100 ml size, or you can get a mini. It's just 34 ml for $23. But they also came out with a new value size, 200 ml for $51. That's a really good deal. It looks very tall, so I don't know how easy that would be to store, but it's a really good deal. Her setting spray is really good. It does have a scent, so keep that in mind. Most of her products do, but it's one of the best setting sprays you can find. The next one is a new setting spray to me, the LYS Beauty Skin Loyalty Setting Spray. You get 100 ml for $24. I've been loving this one. It's just very soft. The mister on it is excellent. And I feel like it really does a good job. And I'm always looking for the more affordable options. So that one's a good one. I'm hoping it's back before the sale, so that's why I'm throwing it in this video. The One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Setting Spray. This one is considered waterproof. It's that good. It's one of the best I've ever used. You do have to be careful with it because the spray is kind of like a hairspray. It's aerosol. So you do have to hold it pretty far away, and I have to hold my breath because the scent is very strong. However, it does what you want it to do. It will lock your makeup in. It's not going to go anywhere. Highly recommend this one, especially for events. If you're going somewhere that you need your makeup to last, that is what I would suggest using. You can get the miniature size, which is 46 mLs for $17, or the full size is 145 mLs for $32. Just keep your eye out for that to come back in stock. I do recommend trying that one. The last one I want to talk about is the Urban Decay All Nighter. They do have a value set online right now. I think it's 2 for $45, which is an amazing deal because one full size bottle, which is 4 ounces, is $36. Or you can get a miniature 1 ounce for $16. That's just a classic setting spray that you cannot go wrong with. So if you can get it on sale, you should do so. Moving into setting powders, I have a few that I would love to share with you guys. I feel like setting powders are something I'm very passionate about. And favorite one for the under eyes is unfortunately not available at Sephora, but you can get it on QVC. And if you're wanting the smoothest under eye setting powder, please trust me on this one. Check it out. The translucent shade, Uoma Beauty Trippin' Smooth Powder. Back to Sephora. The Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. It is $38. There are 9 different shades available. There are 4 miniature options, 4 different shades. Pound Cake is my shade. That's what I use. It's the most translucent in my opinion. They have Banana Bread, which is more of a yellow tone. Cherry Blossom is the pink powder that everybody loves these days. And the minis are $22. This is one of the best setting powders that you can buy. Next up, the Givenchy Prism Libre Loose Setting Powder. The full size is ridiculously expensive. I do love the powder, but the reason I wanted to mention this is they do have a mini now. And they offer the mini size in 4 colors for $29. And the shade that I use is Satin Blanc. And that is actually what I used today to set my skin. So as you can see through here, I've had my makeup on for a few hours now. And you can see a little bit of luminosity through here. But that's because that powder is a mattifying powder, but yet it still has a little bit of luminosity to it. So it does blur. It does make your skin look beautiful, but it also has just a teeny bit of radiance to it. I really do love that powder. All right, next up, the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Micro Finishing Powder. There's 2 different options. You can get the full size for $39 or the mini is $20. This powder, I got a little sample of it and I fell in love with it. It is very micro fine. It is almost as good at setting my under eyes as the Uoma Beauty, but just a smidge more drying. So I would highly suggest trying the Uoma Beauty first, but if you want to try something from Sephora on sale, this Makeup Forever Ultra HD powder is a really good option to set your under eyes. Just go really lightly with it. I would actually suggest using a brush. The Uoma Beauty, I actually used a triangle puff today to set it, and it worked perfectly. The Pat McGrath Labs Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. There are 4 shades available. I used the translucent shade. It's $34, but it is really, really good to set your under eyes as well. But again, I like to use a brush and just set lightly with that one. And then lastly, the Amy Collet Skin Melt Talc-Free Loose Setting Powder. There are 3 shades available and it's $22. So it's more affordable. And it's one of my new favorite setting powders. I keep it in my makeup bag. I've really fallen in love with that one. I highly suggest you try that one out. Next up, highlighter. There's only one that I will ever recommend because I don't even really like highlighter on my skin. But this one, I do. The Rare Beauty Positive Light Silky Touch Highlighters. They're $25. 4 different shades available. Mesmerize is the shade that I love. It's so good. Let's talk contour. The Milk Makeup Sculpt Cream Contour Stick. 4 shades available, and they are $24. They are very small, but they're a really good contour stick. The Westman Atelier Mini Petite Face Trace Cream Contour Stick in the shade Biscuit. It's $25. Biscuit is the only shade that they offer in the mini size, but I feel like it's a really good shade for anybody from fair to medium skin. They do offer 3 other shades in the full size, but I don't feel like I would suggest getting the full size. Start with a mini, see if you like it, see if it works for your skin tone, and then go from there. Moving on, I do like the Tarte C Breezy Cream Bronzer. Now, they do have 1 shade available at Sephora right now, Seychelles. Again, it's going to be for the fair to medium skin tones. It's regularly $29 and it's on sale for $14 right now. So it's already on sale and you're going to get another discount depending on your tier. So definitely suggest trying that one out. It's a really good cream bronzer. It blends beautifully. The next one is the LYS No Limits Cream Bronzer Stick. They do offer 5 shades and it's $20. I use the shade Harmony and it is stunning. It's the most blendable cream bronzer stick that I've ever used. You only need a very little amount. Get the product onto your brush, then tap some out on the back of your hand or on the palm of your hand, and then apply it because it's that pigmented. You don't want to put it directly on the skin. It'll just be way too hard to blend it out. But I really suggest trying that one. And then for powder bronzer, the Benefit Hoola Bronzer, there are 5 shades available. They're $35 for the full size. I suggest getting the miniature. It's $18 and I've had mine for over a year now and I've not hit pan on it. And I keep it in my makeup bag. The Hoola shade, like the original Hoola bronzer shade, is perfect for me. It's the perfect mixture of cool and warm tones for my skin. I love it. And I would highly suggest trying that one out. Moving on to blush, the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. I have the shade Rose and Brunch. There are 6 shades available and they are $25. I'm actually wearing Rose and Brunch today and it is just a stunning blush. It's a stunning formula. It's very unique. You can wear it as a cream blush underneath the powder or you can put it on top of powder like I did today. The next blush is the Westman Atelier Mini Baby Cheeks Lip and Cheek Cream Blush Stick. These names, you guys, it's ridiculous. Anyway, they offer a mini size in the shade Petal. It's beautiful, $25, but again, you can get 6 different shades in the full size, but they are expensive. So please try the mini first, see if you like it. Next up, the Too Faced Cloud Crush Blurring Blush. They are $29 and there are 6 different shades available. Now, I want to talk to you about this because this is a really good deal. Over on QVC right now, you can get 2 different blushes and a brush for $39. And they're offering it in 2 different ways. You can get Tequila Sunset and Head in the Clouds. Head in the Clouds is my favorite. You can get those 2 with a brush for $39, or you can get Golden Hour and Velvet Crush. $39 for 2 full-size blushes that are originally $29, and you get the brush. So I think that's a really good deal. I wanted to mention that. Moving on to eyeshadows. The Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette, it's limited edition. It's back in stock. It's been gone for months now, probably close to a year. And I finally got my hands on it, and that's what I'm wearing today. It was very, very simple look. I did 1 color in the crease. I did a little bit of a darker, warmer brown out here. And then I used the darkest brown to make a little line, like a little wing. I took a few of the shimmers and mixed them together, and that's it. It took no time at all. You guys, this palette is stunning. It's $68 for 12 shades, but it's beautiful and I highly, highly recommend it. I love it. I'm so glad I finally got my hands on it. And if it's something that you've thought about, you better get it now while you can on sale. Moving on, I have the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette and also the Glam palette. They are $69 and you get 15 shades. The I Need a Nude is her newest one and it's so pretty, you guys. If you get the Glam palette and the I Need a Nude palette, you would be set for eyeshadows. Like the perfect mixture of your warm tones and your cool tones, and it's such a good formula. The thing I love most is that there are so many different textures in her palettes. You've got your creamy mattes, you've got your regular mattes, you've got the shimmer shades, you've got metallic shades, you've got these new wet effect shades. There's so many different options and I just love playing with them. They're beautiful. The next one is the Natasha Denona Mini Starlet palette for $27. There's only 5 shades, but you can create beautiful eye looks with just that one little palette. If you're wanting to try her formula, but you don't want to splurge on a $69 palette, those little 5-pan palettes are a really good deal, and it's the same formula. You're not missing anything except for a few more shades. So try them out, see if you like it. Then the Pat McGrath Labs Mini Sublime Smoke palette. It's $29. You get 6 shades. This little palette is perfect for travel. The eye look I created today, I could create something very similar with that palette. It just wouldn't be as sparkly. Her formula in this little palette is more of like metallic. The ABH Nouveau palette. It is $55. You get 12 different shades. I have been loving that palette since the moment I got it, probably about a year ago. Like it's something that you can use in the spring, but there's also some shades that you can pull off in the fall. The greens, the warm like terracotta orange colors, just there's so much you can do with that palette. When you look at it, you might think, it's kind of plain, but you can add that purple, that pop of purple with the green, and it is like the most beautiful mermaid eye look. I've done it several times and it's just really stunning. So I do recommend trying that out. I mean, everything about it's just amazing. Moving on to mascara, the Lancome Lash Idole Lengthening and Volumizing Mascara. It's $30 for a full size, or you can get a mini for $16. That is my top pick for the lower lash line. I use it every day for my lower lashes because it does not budge. It's not going to flake. It's not going to transfer. It's that good. And also in that little lash set we talked about at the beginning of the video, that's one of the options you can get as your full size mascara. So keep that in mind. The next one is the Tower 28 Make Waves Lengthening and Volumizing Mascara. It's $20. You all know that has been a favorite of mine for a long time. Just recently, the Fenty took its place as my #1 pick. Next up, the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. It's $25 mascara, but they do have a mini for $15. However, right now on QVC, you can get 4 full-size mascaras for $39.98. Okay, so for $40, you're going to get 4 of them. And it comes with this beautiful holiday packaging where you can give them as gifts. I've done this 2 years in a row now, and it's just, you can't beat it. It's like a really good basic mascara formula. When I mean basic is it's not going to be like overly volumizing or overly lengthening, but it does just enough, and it's a really good option. So I feel like if you're in the market for a mascara that's not going to do you dirty, try it. You might absolutely love it as much as I do. Now, eyeliners. There's only 2 that I would suggest getting during this sale. The Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Waterproof Eyeliner Pencils. They're $25. There's 26 shades available. My favorite is this shade right here, Demolition. The reason I would suggest getting these during the sale is because they are a pricey eyeliner, but they're really good. It's the only eyeliner I've ever used that did not transfer whatsoever into my inner corner. It's such a good eyeliner. It's never going to transfer on you. It's not going to budge. One of the best eyeliners you can buy. Now, the Sephora Collection 12-Hour Contour Pencil Eyeliner. They're $11. There's 21 shades. My favorite is Tiramisu because I do love those warm browns, you guys. It's just a little bit softer. I don't like a black eyeliner anymore. Personally, on myself, I just like a brown. But the Sephora Collection is going to be 30% off. The Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil is $26, or you can get a mini for $15. There are 12 shades to choose from. I use shade 3.5. I used it today. But on QVC right now, you can get them on sale, 2 of them for $28. So basically, it's buy one, get one free. You're paying $2 more for a whole other full-size eyebrow pencil. It's my favorite. I suggest going right now to QVC and getting it because that's what I have done. I'm just waiting on it to get here. Next up, the Rare Beauty Brow Harmony Flexible Lifting and Laminating Brow Gel. It's $17. It's limited edition and it says coming soon. So it is currently out of stock, but I'm hoping it will be back before the sale starts. You guys, if it is, I'm telling you this, go grab it now. I used it today. What I like to do is I like to use the brow gel first. Let it dry. You know, use it to brush my hairs up to where I want them. Let it completely dry. Then I'm going to take the Benefit pencil and I'm going to underline and make the shape of my brow. Add a few little hair-like strokes with that one. Do the same thing on the top. Have my outline. Go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup. And then at the very end, I'll take my NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen and I'll create a few more little hair-like strokes at the front and fill in with that. And I feel like they are very natural and beautiful brows. The Rare Beauty Brow Gel is one of the best I've ever used as far as not leaving any residue. It's going to lift them and leave them where you place them. It's really good. The Glossier Brow Flick Microfine Detailing Eyebrow Pen. It's $18. There's only 3 shades available. I use the shade Brown. It's the only brow pen that I would suggest from Sephora. But I actually would prefer the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. I feel like those are even better. But if you're looking for something from Sephora to get during the sale and you want to try a brow pen, the Glossier Brow Flick is a really good option. I do love mine. I use it. I just, like I said, the NYX, it doesn't ever do me wrong. It's just so easy and it's more affordable. So just keep that in mind. But I would like to recommend the Benefit Fluff Up Brow Wax. You can get a full size for $26 or a mini for $15. That is another product that I've fallen in love with this year. I do the same thing. I use it first, let it dry. However, that one does leave a little bit of a residue if I put too much. So you have to be careful with how much product you place. If you do it right, it'll be fine. But just letting you know, you can go overboard with that product, but it is still really good. The ABH Brow Wiz Ultra Slim Precision Pencil. It's $25. There are 12 shades available. I am in the shade medium brown. If I had to give you a ranking of brow pencils, because there's a few out there now, the Benefit is my number 1. The ABH would be my number 2. And the NYX Micro Precision Pencil too from the drugstore. It's very affordable. That would be my top 3. Moving into lip products, we're going to start with lip oils. The Kaja Juicy Gloss Lip Oil. There are 4 shades available. It's $18. This one is new to me, but it's really nice. The component is beautiful. It's like got this little thing in it to shake. It's really cute and it's really good lip oil option and it's pretty affordable. Then the Kosas, the Wet Set Undressed Duo for $24. This is another holiday set that came out, but I wanted to mention it here because it has a mini wet lip oil plumping treatment in the shade Unhooked, and it also comes with a full-size wet stick moisturizing shiny sheer lipstick in Heat Wave. I do not have the shade Heat Wave, but I have the shade, I think it's Baby Rose. Beautiful formula. It's very shiny. It's a mixture, in my opinion, of a lipstick and a lip gloss and a lip oil almost, because it's very slippery on the lips. So it doesn't last very long, but it's beautiful when it's on. So if you can get both of those for $24, I feel like that's a really good deal. Next, the Bobbi Brown Crushed Oil Infused Glosses. These are expensive. They're $33. There are 13 shades available. But right now at QVC, they're offering a holiday set. You're going to get 2 of their premium size glosses. Basically a mini size, I'm sure. But you get 2 of them and a lipstick for $30. And they have 2 options, nude or pink. I went with this one, the nude option. I can't wait to get it. I'll let you know what I think of it, but I've tried the crushed oil glosses and they are amazing. I've never tried the lipstick, so I'm excited to try that one. But I would suggest going over to QVC and getting this set for $30 and trying out 2 different shades of the gloss and a lipstick rather than just paying the $33 for one. I just feel like that's a better deal, so I wanted to mention it. Moving on to lip plumpers, the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumps. They're $24. There's 8 colors available at Sephora. Keep an eye out on QVC because they had a holiday set, which was 5 different colors for $45. That did sell out, but they might bring it back. So keep your eye out on that. I was able to snag one. All the colors are gorgeous. The only repeating shade I had was Primrose. So I was very happy to try out some new ones. I actually have one of them here in the shade Frosty. So I just wanted to show you on camera what this looks like. These are stunning. They're like a one and done. You can use lip liner and this product alone and you're good to go. So I did want to mention that. They constantly have deals on those Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumps on QVC. Moving on, the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum. There are 14 shades available. They're $24. They are a little pricey for how much product you get, but they are very, very pretty. The formula is just really nice. Sephora Outrageous Plump Intense Hydrating Lip Gloss. There are 2 shades available in the Intense version for $13. This is the Intense version. As you can see, it is almost gone. And I have it in the shade 01 Outrageous Intense. Guys, these are intense, but if you like that, if you want a plumping effect on your lips, $13 and you're going to get 30% off. They do offer this in a regular Outrageous Plumping Gloss in the pink cap. There's 6 different shades in that one, and they're, again, $13. Let me put a little of this on. It has that cooling menthol sensation. Lip treatments. The Laneige Lip Sleeping Masks. We talked about them in the beginning, but the full size is $24 and there are 5 shades available. But they're also offering 2 holiday shades, the peppermint and the caramel apple. And I don't know technically if they're shades or if they're flavors, but anyway, you can get peppermint or caramel apple right now for the holidays. These are so good. I like to use them before bed. I like to use them sometimes before I apply my makeup to rehydrate my lips. Highly suggest those. And the other one that I love is the Tatcha The Kiss You Lip Mask, $29. There's 2 shades available right now. I like the original the best. Just stunning. And you get the gold little spatula with it. It's so luxe. And they're really good. Lip liners. We talked about this in the beginning, the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencils. The full size is $22 and there are 18 different shades. Anywhere Caffeine and Wherever Walnut are the 2 that I love the most. They go with just about any lip product that I own because I always go for like the nudie pink colors. The Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme Lip Shaper Plumping Liner, $24, 6 shades available. Those you can also find on QVC. What I love about QVC is they do offer that easy pay option. I love easy pays. I love that. Next up, the Pat McGrath Labs Permagel Ultra Lip Pencils. There are 9 shades available, $29. Nude Venus is my favorite. It's a really good lip liner. Then the lipstick of choice is the ABH Matte and Satin Velvet Lipsticks. I like the satin shade Tease. They're $23. There are 24 different shades to choose from. Highly suggest that trying those. ABH tinted lip glosses, we talked about that in the beginning. They are $20 a piece. There are 20 shades to choose from, but I suggest getting that kit. Then the Pat McGrath Labs Lust Lip Gloss, $29, 15 shades. Again, Nude Venus is my favorite. It's a beautiful color for me. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just the perfect nude color for my skin tone. I want to talk a little bit about brushes. There are a few that I would recommend from Sephora. The Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Concealer Brush is $18. It's one of my favorite concealer brushes. And if you can get it on sale, now would be a good time to try it out. Then the Sephora Pro Concealer number 71 brush is $22. And you can get that 30% off during the sale. It's a really good concealer brush. It's very dense. I actually like it better to put on my eye primer and to like help carve out my brows. But either way, it's a good brush. The IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe number 7 brush. I've used it for years now. It's a $50 brush, okay? You can get it at Sephora. You can get it at Ulta. But you can also get it at QVC right now in a set with 3 other brushes for $69.98. Okay, so $70. For $20 more than the price of that one brush, you're getting 3 more brushes and this case. QVC is always coming out with little deals. So if you look up IT Cosmetics on QVC, if you just search IT Cosmetics in Beauty, you will find the CC Cream, the CC Nude Glow, all kinds of different options that they'll throw in that Heavenly Luxe brush with it. If you're curious to try one of those products, get it with that brush. You will not be disappointed. That brush is one of the best that you can buy at the store, at like a retail store. BK Beauty, Rose and Ben, those are like super high quality brushes, but you can't find those at the stores. So these are the brushes that I would suggest that you get from Sephora or QVC. All right, moving on. I have a couple sponge / applicator options. The Beauty Blender Power Pocket Puff is $18. I carry this thing with me everywhere I go. It is wonderful to use to set your face or also to blot away oils. And the Sephora Collection Velour Makeup Face Puff is $5. And I never tried the Tati Blendiful, but in my opinion, this is the closest thing that I've seen online for a dupe to that. It's only $5 and you're going to get 30% off. So if that's available, pick one of those up. It's really good. So now I'm going to move into fragrances. There are a few I think you should really try. The first one is my number 1, Glossier You. You guys, I get so many compliments on this perfume when I wear it. I know it's supposed to smell different on everybody, so I can't promise you that it's going to smell the same on you, but it's so good. It's $68 for the full size, the 50 ml, but they do offer a roller ball, which is 8 mLs of product for $28. However, they did just launch a holiday set, so I will pop that up on the screen for you guys. I just saw that today. I took a screenshot of it here for you, so that is a really good option as well. The Chanel Chance perfume. This one is expensive, but it is like the most beautiful fragrance for summer and spring in my opinion. It's a little floral, so I don't think it would be something that you would want to wear during the fall or the winter, but it's really good. You can get the 1.2 ounce bottle for $90. They have a 1.7 ounce bottle for $110 or a 3.4 ounce bottle for $140. The next one is my classic Dolce & Gabbana light blue. I have worn this for years. One of my aunts started wearing this, and every time I would hug her, I'm like, oh my God, that smells so good. So she got me onto this. You can get the $70 bottle, it's 0.8 ounces, or you can get the $92 bottle, which is 1.6 ounces, or a $116 bottle for 3.3 ounces. Or the biggest one is $150, but you're getting 6.7 ounces. It's just a classic to me. Like, it's just one of those perfumes I can wear any time of the year, and it's just a fresh, clean scent. The next one is the Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato perfume, which is perfect for this time of year. I feel like it is the fall into winter scent, in my opinion. You can get the little travel size. It's 0.33 ounces for $27. That's actually what I own, and it's about halfway gone for me, so I'm going to get the full size, and I might do it during the sale. The 1.7 ounce bottle for $100, or the 3.4 ounce bottle for $138. The last one I want to mention is the Carolina Herrera Very Good Girl perfume. You can get a $36 rollerball. You can get a 1 ounce bottle for $90, a 1.7 ounce bottle for $128, or a 2.7 ounce for $158. This was a present for me last year because I just had to have it. It's perfect, in my opinion, for this time of year. It's still a little bit floral. My favorite thing about that perfume, though, is the bottle. It's just so pretty. I can't get over it. All right, now I'm going to talk about skincare. This will round out my Sephora recommendations. I want to start with moisturizers. The Drunk Elephant Protini Polypeptide Firming Moisturizer. You can get a miniature size, which is 15 ml for $22, the 50 ml full size for $68, or you can buy the refills, the 50 ml refills for $60, which I think is amazing that you can buy the refills. That one is a really good day or night moisturizer. I feel like you can get away with either or. And the Tarte C Drink of H2O Hydrating Boost Moisturizer. It's $19 on sale right now. You get 50 ml of product. It's regularly $39. And you're also going to get the extra sale. This one is a very good daytime moisturizer because it's very lightweight, almost gel-like. And if you're looking for a moisturizer, why not get one on sale? Then the Ole Henriksen Skin Barrier Strengthening Moisturizer with Peptides and Niacinamide. You can get a $20 miniature size, which is 15 ml, or the full size is 50 ml for $51. This one is, again, like a lightweight gel moisturizer. Those are typically what I gravitate to. I like something very lightweight underneath my makeup. I don't want anything too rich that will make my skin get too oily throughout the day. So keep that in mind. Most of the moisturizers that I suggest are for the more combo to oily skin. Moving into night creams, the Pharmacy 10% Niacinamide Night Mask. You can get it for $44, a 50 ml, or a miniature 25 ml for $26. I used that last night and my skin is feeling so nice. It's just a wonderful night mask. It plumps your skin to the point where your pores are less visible. If you've not tried that one out, you need to, especially if you have pores or texture. Then the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow AHA Resurfacing Night Serum, $60 for 30 ml. It is pricey, but again, it does a really good job at resurfacing your skin texture and your pores, and you can feel it instantly. As soon as you put it on, you know it's tingling, it's doing something. I love it. And then lastly, the IT Cosmetics Confidence in Your Beauty Sleep Night Cream. You can get a mini for $24 or a full-size 60 ml tub for $64. It is like the most beautiful lavender scent. It's also lavender colored, and I love it. It's just a really good cream to use at nighttime. Now, cleansers. There's only one cleanser that I have found that I feel like is worth mentioning. And if you can get it on sale, yes, please. Dermalogica Daily Glycolic Cleanser. It's $37 for 150 ml. I've been using this religiously and I have noticed a difference, so I really would recommend you try it out if you do have pores or texture. Highly recommend it. Eye serums or creams. The Innisfree Green Tea Caffeine Bright Eye Serum for $22. It's 10 ml. I have fallen in love with this product. It's nice and cooling when you use that applicator under your eyes. And I like to use the eye serums underneath my makeup. I just feel like there's less creasing involved when you use a serum instead of a cream. Now, I do still love to use my creams at night. The Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Base, you get 15 mLs for $59. It is pricey, don't get me wrong, but it's one of the best eye creams that you can buy, in my opinion. But then I have to tell you lastly about this, okay? I got a little mini deluxe sample size of this product in my last Sephora order. It is called Goop Glow Vita-C Brightening Eye Cream. It's a lightweight gel eye cream. You only get 15 mLs for $58, so it's about the same equivalent to the Bobbi Brown. I'm going to put up a picture here for you all to look at because it explains everything that I felt when I put that eye cream under my eyes. It instantly gave hydration, but left my under eyes feeling like the products that I was going to put on top of it were not going to crease. I don't know how to explain it other than just intense hydration without any of that sticky residue. Or sometimes you know how you'll put something under your eyes and then once it dries it's like you didn't even put anything at all. This, you know, you did. It stays so beautifully hydrated under your eye. And let me get up close for you all to look at this. My under eyes, I used the Haus Labs concealer today and there is no creasing under my eye whatsoever. And I have a feeling that that Goop Glow brightening eye serum is one of the reasons why, because I don't have a thick, rich cream under there and everything is just so smooth underneath of my product. I'm in love with my under eyes right now because I have dry under eyes. I have texture under there and you cannot tell it whatsoever. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my recommendations. I put a lot of time and effort into this because I want to help you all save some money. Not only do I love teaching you how to apply makeup, teaching you about makeup, teaching you about beauty, period, I really enjoy helping you all find good deals. Also list everything down below that I used today to create this look. A lot of these things are things that I just recommended to you. So I will put that down in the description box for you guys and I will see you soon. Have a good one.